Good Sunday evening, everyone. I just want to hop on here real quick before the show starts and thank everyone for your support over the past year and a half. A year and a half ago, I asked my buddy Andrew if he wanted to co-host a podcast with me, where we come on and talk to veterans and first responders about their life and how they transition from being in the military into civilian life and share some lifelong stories along the way. And we never expected it to get this big and win awards, national awards. It's just been a great honor coming on every Sunday night and presenting our listeners with another story after story, great stories. So I just wanted to hop on and thank everyone, and just want to let you know, all of our Patreon members, we appreciate you. Our show sponsor, Counter Insurance Group, if it wasn't for you guys, we couldn't do what we do every Sunday evening and Sunday morning. So I just wanted to come out, personally thank everyone. And the money that we have left over after all the show costs and everything, that goes into a nonprofit that I started called Minutes Wisely. What Minutes Wisely does is we send veterans and first responders to sporting events. So I just wanted to come on, personally thank you guys for all your support, guys and gals. Tonight we have a special guest, Amelia Presley. She was in the Coast Guard, and she's a great singer-songwriter. So I need you to hop on over to Spotify, check her music out, and also the quality is not that great on this upcoming episode. I'm not really happy about that because it was such a great time talking with Amelia. But we're going to go ahead and give it the best we got. Every week we strive to do a little bit better than the week before. So sometimes we get bad quality and sometimes you get great quality, but we're doing our best. With that said, without further ado, here's Miss Amelia Presley, and thank everyone for supporting us. Take care. Hey, all right. Welcome back to another episode of the Skull Butt Podcast. Today we are on with Miss Amelia Presley. How you doing, Amelia?
I'm doing good. How are y'all doing?
Excellent. Excellent. So what we do is we get online and we get the stories of veterans and first responders. And I've been following your music career for a couple years now. And I thought, first of all, we've never had a Coast Guard on the show.
No, you're our first puddle pirate.
There it is.
Semper Paratus, always ready.
Always ready to jump in those puddles.
Yeah.
That's right. That's a good one. I like that. That's funny.
So, I'd like to thank our supporters, our Patreon members, our show sponsor, Connor Insurance Group. We appreciate you guys.
Thanks, Jason. We love you.
So, Amelia, what we do is, we start we'll start with why you chose the Coast Guard out of all the, the good ones like the Navy.
Ouch. Ouch. That hurts. Damn.
Okay, well, that's a good question. Well, I actually took my ASVAB with the Army, and then before I took ASVAB, the recruiter was kind of like giving me the runaround and acting like I wasn't going to get in, and like it was, playing hard to get sort of. And then I took my ASVAB and scored decently high, I guess, and then he started texting me saying, come down here. If you come down here today, I can get you signed up. And I was just like, it just seems like he wants me to sign up too badly. And so then, I talked to some other branches, but the Coast Guard was the only one that was like, we do not give a shit if you sign or fall off a cliff. Like they did not call me back. They had met their quota, I guess, and so I just kept calling, and they finally got me in for an interview because I wouldn't leave them alone. But that's why I joined, because I was like, this is the only one that must be there must be something good going on here if they don't have trouble getting people to join.
Right. Yeah. It's kind of like the used car salesman slime on them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. And I was 20 years old, and back then, still a little bit today. If you told me no, I was like, I don't like that answer, so I'm gonna keep trying.
That sounds like my wife.
Right. Were you
No, seriously, she hates the word no.
were you singing and songwriting back then?
I was. I've known that I wanted to be a singer since I could talk. And I was working like 3 crappy jobs, and trying to figure out like how do you get into this music thing. And I learned out pretty quick that I found out pretty quick that you have to have some sort of investment because you've got to pay to record music. So I was like, I'm not going to be able to do that with these 3 crappy jobs. So I started looking into the military, so that I could have a salary to support the investment for my music, which is not the most patriotic response, but that's what happened.
Yeah, everybody has a story, right?
I need to come up with a better one. Like, I just wanted to save people. And I mean, honestly, I joined the Coast Guard, and like everybody else, before I really know what it was.
Amelia, I actually tried to go after the Marine Corps. I tried to get into the Coast Guard, and they're like, no, we're full up. We don't need you. Sorry. Yeah, I tried.
I had to bug the hell out of them.
I tried to get picked up in Savannah, Georgia, and they're like, nope, sorry, you're broken. We don't need you.
You are broken.
I am broken. No, seriously, I am broken. I'm 100%, and I'm broken. I mean, mentally, physically, spiritually, all the above. Well, maybe not spiritually, but definitely physically and mentally.
Yeah. So, where's the Coast Guard boot camp at?
Cape May.
Yeah, Cape May.
Hoorah! Wait. What do you guys say? You guys say hoo-yah, right? What do you guys say? Hoo-yah, What does the Coast Guard say?
Apparatus. Oh, you mean like the
Yeah, like the Army says hooah, Marines say oorah, Navy says hooyah. What did the Coast Guard say?
Oh, we say shit, the SAR alarm's going off.
Oh, son of a.
It's okay. Hey, I'm in my car too.
Like I don't know that we have a cool battle cry because, yeah, I don't know.
Well, hey, your hymn is on point. I love your guys' hymn. It's awesome.
Oh,
Fleek, do we have it?
Oh, gosh.
I don't have that one.
I don't even remember it.
Dun 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 dun. Yeah, it's a great. There we go. Yep, that's it.
That's what you get if you call some Coast Guard stations. If you call the number, it'll play that.
Oh my Lord! That is so motivated. That just makes me sick to my stomach. Yeah, and they call me a motard. Okay, I mean, come on now.
Yeah. You're the epitome.
Sorry, you can't say motard anymore. It's not PC. Sorry, my bad, guys. I can't say motard anymore. I'm sorry.
Oh boy.
Sorry, I've had such a long day. I mean, I haven't even been to bed since 1900 last night. So I'm all over the place tonight.
As usual.
As usual, that's right. And I'm sober. I'm not drunk. I'm not using. I'm just fucking busy all the time.
It's a good thing you got sober there, buddy.
Yeah, thank God. I mean, if I was drunk, I don't think I could do half the shit that I do now. Hell no.
So, hey, Amelia, where were you? Were you stationed on the East Coast or the West Coast? Where were you at?
Initially, I was at an air station in New Orleans while I was a non-rate, which is that's.
I know what a non-rate.
I don't know I don't think other branches have that, or I could be wrong, but it's when we come in, we get out of boot camp and you don't have your rating yet, so you're non-rate. And I think you're not supposed to call it a non-rate anymore because it hurts people's feelings or some shit. But
it does. It does. The Marine Corps, they have non-rates too. It's called private.
Okay.
There's nothing. It's blank, and then you get. Yeah.
That's what it is. So I was at an air station for that. I was trained to be a rescue swimmer. I wanted to be a rescue swimmer. I ended up getting injured.
Oh man!
And I wanted to outrun any diagnosis. So I was like, what's something else I can be like? And so the fastest track to go into A school was machinery technician. So that's what I picked, and went up to Virginia for that.
Sweet.
And then I ended up getting stationed in Virginia in Wachapreague on the Eastern Shore. And then God, they hated us there. They hated the Coast Guard. And then I was in Dawson Island, Alabama.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm now in charge of this podcast because Fleek is not there. So I will be asking the probing questions of your Coast Guard life. What was the best thing? How long were you in the Coast Guard?
Almost right under 5 years.
Your greatest memory of the Coast Guard that you can think of?
Man, there was this one night that we got woken up for a case, and it was this teeny tiny sailboat that these guys had bought. They didn't know how to sail, and they had this thing like 40 miles offshore, and it was like a john boat, like the size of a john boat with a sail on it. And the seas were pretty high. It was nighttime. The weather was crappy. So they didn't have any of their safety equipment. Didn't even have life jackets. And somebody actually passed them and saw them struggling and called in because they couldn't call in for themselves. So we get there and had to figure out how to get these guys off of this boat. And they had a little motor on it, on the sailboat. And the motor was running, and they didn't cut their motor before we got them on our response boat. So we get actually, first off, they had a dog, and the dog like bailed off their boat immediately. Like the dog saw us and jumped immediately on our boat. It was like, and then the two guys, I was on the bow of the boat trying to catch these guys and get them over. We finally got them over. But then their motor was still running. And so this sailboat was just like going in circles in the middle of the ocean. And I had a boat hook I was trying to reach off the bow of our boat to grab the kill switch off their motor. And I couldn't get it. So, that boat's still out there. Like, who knows where it is? We couldn't get it to tow it back, and we couldn't get the motor to turn off. So that thing was just, legend has it, it's still going out there.
Dang, that's crazy. Oh, he's almost back. We're having some technical difficulties here today.
I'm just glad that it's not me, because it's usually me.
Yeah, well, it happens. I don't know what the hell's going on. So, how's the music industry going for you these days?
It's good. It's different. It's evolved since the pandemic happened. I was playing shows pretty much full time before the pandemic hit. Constantly on the road, and when the pandemic hit, we were kind of forced to figure out other avenues. So I'm focusing more on recording music, or I started to focus more on recording music. I did do a tour that year. A lot of the shows were canceled, but I decided to do it anyway. And then since then, I've been focusing more on recording and not so much on playing shows consistently, because I also went through a divorce right after the pandemic closures, custody battle, and then I got pregnant with my youngest son, who's 4 months old now. So all of that kind of hit right after. So now I'm gearing up to do an EP release this year and releasing one song to radio. And then I'll do a tour with that release as well.
That sounds pretty good. So when you do a tour, do you go by yourself, or do you open up for somebody? How does that work?
Sometimes opening for somebody, sometimes just going out and playing. I've done a lot over the past couple of years, I've done mostly acoustic tours where it's just me and my guitar. In 2020, I did a tour. It's called the Harm Nobody Else Tour, and it was for my release, Harm Nobody Else. And for that tour, I kind of made an apartment almost in the back of my truck. I turned my truck bed into a camper. And so I just hit the road and I slept in the back of my truck, just on public lands. Like the first day of the tour, I went to these coordinates that I found online of somewhere that people said was a good place to go camping. And so like I go to these coordinates and it was dark, and I was like, man, this sucks. And then I woke up in the morning and I looked out my window and it didn't suck. It was the most beautiful place I'd ever seen.
Sorry,
I
guys.
just got there when it was dark, but the whole tour was like that. I was just seeing these beautiful places that in Colorado and New Mexico, just beautiful places that I'd never even seen anything that pretty before.
That sounds super sketchy to me.
I mean, I've had people get offended that I wanted to sleep in my truck, and I was like,
Yeah.
You don't understand. Like I built, like, it's pretty freaking awesome back there. I mean, I had a sink, I had everything. Like it was a tiny apartment. I'm really short, so it works for me, but I don't have it anymore. I ended up wrecking that truck. I totaled that truck, and so there went my tour camper.
Well, I'm kind of glad you did, because a young girl out there sleeping by herself in some weird coordinates.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about me. I'd worry about whoever walked up.
Yeah, I hear that. So did you ever remarry?
I'm not remarried. I'm in a relationship with another singer-songwriter who's here in Lubbock. His name's Jordan McEwen, and he's a teacher and a baseball coach as well.
Oh, that's cool.
But we connected on music for sure.
Yes. So I know your last name's Presley, and I know that you are a distant relative of the king himself.
Yes.
Dude, that's awesome.
That is pretty awesome. Although
I actually made a website that's let's see, it's stop asking if I'm related to Elvis.com.
Nice.
And I'm serious. I actually did make a website, and it shows. I finally, like, I worked out the relation, and I put it on a family tree on the website, and so now when people ask, I just give them that. I give them that website.
yeah, well,
So,
to be honest, I kicked around the idea. Like, I wasn't going to ask you that, but I was like, well, when my listeners are watching, they're going to be like, is this girl related to Elvis? So I had to do it.
Everybody asks.
what are you, like a second or third cousin or something?
Like sixth cousin, 2 times removed, whatever that means.
Yeah.
Yep. Nice.
Well, you got the last name, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a lot prettier than he is, that's for sure.
Ouch.
Oh, thanks.
He wasn't a handsome man, so that's saying something.
I don't know. He's pretty.
Well, unfortunately, his family has been run through the mill the last 40 years, man.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad, but you know, our thoughts and prayers are out to the fam, for sure.
Yeah.
So, who's the most famous person you ever met, being a singer-songwriter?
Probably Garth Brooks and Trisha Yearwood.
Yeah.
That's pretty damn big.
Yes. That is a great answer.
Yeah.
They actually, I got to play the Grand Ole Opry, and they were there. Their daughter was performing, Allie Colleen, or Garth Brooks' daughter. was performing. And so they were backstage, and they signed some little boots for my daughter, and just super nice people.
I heard
That's
that.
great.
That's pretty awesome.
I just want to let you know I have a connection with Mr. Brooks. My grandfather has been promoting him since 1989, and he, because of his concerts, put me and my brother through college and high school.
Wow, that's cool. That's awesome.
Varnell Enterprises is my grandfather. He passed away in 91, but it's still around. I think they're folding after 25 years, sometime this year. But they did Reba and Garth and George Strait, and actually, I think they even promoted Elvis one time. My granddad, I know he met the King way back in the day.
Wow, that's cool. What'd you say it was? Darnell?
Varnell, Victor, Alpha, Romeo, November, Echo, Lima, Lima.
Okay. I thought you said Darnell for a second. I've got some cousins with that last name.
Okay. No, it's Varnell. He was a basketball coach, and then him and Lawrence Welk got together and decided to, get this promoting company off the ground. And he was like the number one promoter in the 80s and the 70s.
Wow.
Actually, he won CMA Promoter of the Year in 86.
That's cool.
Man,
That's awesome.
Name dropping.
Hey, wait, I have to, man, because my mom would not let me get into the business at all because she says it's cutthroat and I'm way better than that.
That's true.
But no, it was actually, it was pretty cool. I only knew my granddad, when I was really young. But he had some stories about people he promoted, like the Oak Ridge Boys. Even Bill Cosby. I even saw a promotion flyer of Muhammad Ali or Cassius Clay and George Foreman in Nashville in 1972.
How cool.
Yeah, I'm blown away because I can never be that cool ever.
Gosh, I bet he's got some cool memorabilia.
Oh, yeah.
He does. It's all in boxes, and I helped move it. Because when my grandmother died at 101, we had to move all that stuff out of her apartment on 3rd Street, and we had to store it. So.
Gotcha, man. That's awesome.
Are you gonna play something for us, Amelia?
She's in her car.
Okay, she can acapella it, right? She's good.
Down, 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 down. I'll do the guitar part with my mouth too.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, we gotta get you to come to Nashville one time to play with our friends. We have a bunch of singer-songwriter veterans here.
Oh, cool.
They started.
Yeah, I'd love to do that.
They started a group called Stop 22, and obviously we know what Stop 22 means. So,
right.
They
that's cool.
Yeah, they're very good. Really,
they're extreme. Yeah, and they're actually playing a tribute concert February 18th, and they're going to bring the Global War on Terrorism Wall of Remembrance to Murfreesboro, and it's going to be at Heroes Den. It's going to be a good time. You should come.
Wow, cool. When is this?
February 18th.
February 18th. I don't know if I can make it that soon. Man, if I wasn't a million miles away.
Where do you live?
Lubbock, Texas.
Oh, Hook 'em Horns. That's far. Yes, that is very far. Wow. Hook 'em Horns.
I'm in my truck. I can start driving now.
Yeah.
Well, but yeah, like Fleek said, we'd love to have you in Nashville and jam with some of our guys.
Oh, that'd be cool. I'd love to do that.
Yeah, it's the February 18th one. All proceeds are going to one of our buddies who is also a singer-songwriter, Tyler J. We just found out he has stage 4 cancer.
Oh
And
my gosh.
yes, we're trying to help him out. He's a young kid too. He's like 36 years old and has stage 4
Yeah.
cancer.
Golly.
And I don't know if you've ever heard, but he wrote the EAS song in 2007. Have you ever heard that song?
Which one?
The EAS song, the end of active service.
I don't think I've heard that.
You need to YouTube it as ASAP. He wrote the song like while he was in Iraq. It was awesome. And he hates playing that song, but I love it when he sings it. I always ask for it whenever I hear him play.
End of active service. Okay. I'm going to have to.
It's EAS by Tyler J.
Okay.
It almost got him kicked out of the Marine Corps.
Almost.
Oh, shit.
I saw him a couple of days ago. I dropped off some Rick Simpson oil for him. So I don't know if you know what that means, but Rick Simpson had stage 4 cancer probably 20 years ago, and he made this oil out of cannabis, and he swears that it saves lives. So my sister and her husband live in Michigan, and marijuana is legal there, and so she gave me some to let him try it out. So hopefully. He's just a great kid, man. I could talk about him forever. I love that kid.
Yeah, he is a good kid.
Yeah.
And that's cool. Y'all are raising money for him.
Yes. Those damn burn pits got him, they think.
Mm.
Yeah, Brian, actually, Brian, the adjutant general of the VFW, he got word of it, Fleek, and he's going to be coming to the concert after the gala.
That's that. I won't be there. I'll be in the.
I will be there after the dinner, but I won't be there. Like, I'm going to try and make it after 3:00. I'll tell you. Yeah, definitely.
Right on. So,
Y'all didn't want to tell me I have lipstick on my teeth?
All right.
Say again?
I said y'all didn't want to tell me I had lipstick on my teeth?
I couldn't even see it. I didn't even see it at all.
It happens every time. Every time I try to girl, I get lipstick on my teeth.
You tried to girl. That's nice. Very nice. I like that.
You don't do girl very often?
I girl when I have to be on stage, or for something like this. Every other day, I don't put makeup on. My hair is in a bun usually every day.
Right on.
Just like back in the Coast Guard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was great. I would roll out of bed and slick my hair back in a bun and throw my uniform in the dryer and iron my uniform and
See, I don't know about ironing uniforms. I've never done it because we had permanent press for our utilities. So I never shined boots and I never ironed my camis.
Really?
What the hell?
Wait, dude,
Yeah,
I'm a boot, man. I'm 2004. We had the new shit, man.
I'm a huge procrastinator. And one time when I was still on active duty, we had an inspection. Well, I had to wear dress whites, muster in the hangar deck. And of course, I waited till 10 minutes before we had a muster. I hurried up, get the iron out, and I went to iron my dress whites. Well, the dress whites they're like nylon, polyester, right? I got the iron too hot, and I melted my pants.
Oh, no.
I was freaking out. I'm like, oh my God, I literally have 5 minutes. And I have this big old melted hole in my pants.
That's awesome. That is awesome, Fleek.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
I didn't go to muster. I was like, I guess Master Chief's gonna have to yell at me because I am not going up there with melted pants.
Good idea. That was smart on your part.
Yep.
That's great.
Hey, Master Chief ain't getting a hold of me in front of 5,000 other dudes. Hell no.
Oh, dude, he would make a spectacle of you.
Yeah, there's no way in hell I'm showing up with melted paint.
Well, what's on the horizon for you now, Amelia?
I'm releasing an EP this year, and I'm promoting one of the songs to radio, and I'll do a radio tour that actually I haven't announced any of this yet, so I'll just announce it here.
Yes.
Sure, why not?
Nice.
So I'm going to be releasing an EP called Coyote Howl. And then I'll be promoting a song called Sinner's Den to radio. But yeah, I'll announce all that better on social media, and still getting my ducks in a row for announcements and everything. But you heard it
send all your stuff to Richard, because he's going to promote the hell out of it.
Hell yeah, we will.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure. You gotta make sure you come to Tennessee, though.
I need to. I have a bunch of friends up there, and I haven't seen them in forever. I need to get up there.
Yes, you do. We ought to be
Murfreesboro, actually.
in Murfreesboro. That's where we live.
That's I have a lot of friends there. War Trace.
Bell Buckle, yeah, that's exit 97 on 24.
Yeah. Bell Buckle, yep.
Yep. I've memorized all of the exits up to Sewanee, Tennessee, because that's where my mom lives. So 97 is Bell Buckle War Trace.
Okay.
Just for your shits and giggles, because I'm just a plethora of like stupid knowledge. So
That's true.
Now I know the exit. I wouldn't have slept without knowing that.
I know, right? I mean, that's an important piece of information. Fleek, she's hilarious, man. She's funny as shit.
She is funny, man. She's giving it to you. You have Coast Guards, man, coming out. The gloves on.
Semper Paratus, always ready for a joke.
So how do tours work? Do you have a recording company that backs you, or you just hit the road and just go wherever?
I plan it all myself. With my 2020 tour, I did work with a friend of mine he's a veteran as well. But he wanted to try his hand at being a music booking agent, and usually when people say that, they're terrible at it and they don't do anything. But he actually was the best booking agent I've ever had, and he just I guess it's the veteran thing. We're typically hard workers, I think, and
Yeah.
so that was awesome. Everything else, I pretty much I just manage and book myself.
Interesting.
Wow. Are you is that any of those songs, are they on Spotify yet?
Yep. Not the EP that I'm releasing this year, but I've got let's see, I've got 2 or 3 albums on Spotify.
Sweet. Yeah, I just got Spotify, so I'm going to be downloading your stuff like after we get off. Definitely.
I can tell you just got Spotify because you don't download it.
Whatever. I don't know. Whatever, man. I did the 3-month trial, and now I start paying for it in March. So yes, and I love it.
I just downloaded Spotify. I'm going to be spinning your CD all day long.
Yeah, see, yeah, that's how much I know.
Hey,
Well, I appreciate it.
man.
Nope, no problem. What's up, Fleek? What'd you say?
So you got to be easy on the Marines. They're a little
yeah, dude, don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it.
crayons.
Oh my, seriously, I'm so tired of that. I'm so tired of that stuff.
When you talk about crayons.
Dude, when I was in, we didn't even have that crayon the moniker, man. Seriously.
I think you did. You said
Dude, I was busy
then?
fighting a battle when they came up with that crayon shit. So yeah, I don't know anything about it. Sorry, I get a little butthurt when you know everyone they say crayon. I'm like, and all I want to do is like punch them in the face.
I know. That's why we do it.
But I can't. I'm a chaplain, and I'm going to be a priest in like 6 years, so I can't be punching people in the face anymore.
No.
It's because you're hangry. You didn't have any crayons to eat.
Actually, that's funny that you mentioned that. I am extremely hangry right now. I had peanuts and cashews for lunch today. I am starving.
Were you on a plane?
No, I'm a lifeguard at the YMCA. So after I got off my 12-hour shift, I worked 6 hours at the YMCA, and I didn't have time to go get lunch. So my boss had peanuts and cashews, and I've been living on those for like the past hour.
How the hell are you going to save lives on peanuts and cashews?
Hey, I can save a life in 58 seconds, man. Don't doubt me on that. It's just I'm hungry now.
Same.
Like it's the adrenaline of the shift, and then it wears off when I get off, and now I'm like hungry.
You know, we have something in common.
We do?
Yeah.
What is that?
Well, I don't do it anymore, but we were both saving people out of about the same depth of water.
Yeah. Well, I always liked the water. I loved it. I'm a scuba diver too, but I'm only a swim qual 2 in the Marine Corps, and I just passed my lifeguard certification 2 weeks ago. So now I do spinals, I do CPR, I do the whole 9. So I don't know. I want to save people mentally, spiritually, and physically.
So you're pulling people out of about 6 feet of water, and that's what
10.
I did too, was pull people out of 6 feet of water.
Well, yeah. Let's see, the pool.
The puddles.
We've got 2 pools. We've got the lap pool, which goes down to 10, and then we've got the wading kids pool that goes to like 4. So I can do a shallow water active rescue, or I can do a deep water passive rescue. I can do both.
10 feet. That's way deeper than our boats ever went. So
Really? Okay. All right. And and I'm a rescue diver in scuba diving, so I could actually get somebody from the bottom, like from 35 feet, and bring them up and do the rescue breaths and keep them like alive and do the toe drags and whatever. I can do all that too, but it's different in the YMCA than it is in like the ocean. Like it's different. It's different life-saving techniques.
well, that's badass.
Hey, but no, being a rescue diver, I love. What was that movie with Ashton Kutcher and Kevin? The Guardian.
Never saw it.
Great
I've never
movie.
seen it.
I love that movie.
I've actually never seen it.
Me neither.
Kevin Costner is a crusty Master Chief, and Ashton Kutcher is this guy who like did records in a pool, and it's hilarious, and it's awesome. You should definitely see it.
Supposedly, when I was in boot camp, there was Senior Chief Martinowski, and apparently she played like a lieutenant on that movie.
No way. No, you know what? No, he was Senior Chief. He wasn't a Master Chief. Wait, what's higher, Master or Senior?
Master.
Okay, he's a Master Chief. Okay, good to go. I got that right. I get confused with your ranks, man. You guys, your ranks are so confusing.
They're not that confusing.
like master gunnery sergeant, sergeant major. I mean, that's easy. Like master chief and senior chief, and they trick my brain a little bit.
I would get confused with everybody else's. The first place that I was a joint air base. So when we got off of our Coast Guard air station, just right outside, like the commissary and everything, it was all different branches, and I was a non-rate, so I especially didn't know all these collar devices. So I would have to tie my shoe all of a sudden, or I'd have to go back to my truck, or like if I saw anybody with anything shiny, I was like, I don't know if I'm supposed to salute that person or not. I got to go back to, I got to tie my boot or something.
Nice. That's funny.
Oh man.
Well, Fleek, you got any more questions for Miss Amelia?
Yeah. Do any of your kids, do they sing?
My 6-year-old daughter, she loves to sing. She sings everything. I mean, she wakes up singing. She sings everything, and that's how I was as a kid. And so I'm just like, oh, please don't do it. Don't become a singer. Because it's such I understand why people quit. I'll put it that way. Where you're just like, I don't want to do this anymore. But I'm crazy, I guess, and I can't not do it.
Okay, you join the Coast Guard. You got to be a little crazy to join the Coast Guard.
True.
So is that
a little crazy getting out of it too?
Yeah, for real.
For real.
Is that solely how you earn your money, is singing?
Yeah. Yep. It's a crappy living.
Paycheck to paycheck.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, when are you going to make it big so we can go see you at the Madison Square Gardens or something?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just happy as long as I'm paying my bills doing this, honestly. So, wherever it takes me, I'll just keep on keeping on.
Yes.
Until I don't know when I'll get to a level where I'm like, okay, now is when I've made it. So I don't know. There's different ways of looking at that question of when someone's made it. There's people that just tour like the red dirt scene, and I would consider them like they've made it, and they've made it in my mind. But people outside of those states may not even know who they are, and they're not playing on mainstream radio. So it's just as long as I'm able to pay my bills and show my kids that that they can do whatever they want to do with their lives, then I feel successful.
Yeah, I love it. Do you have any songs that you wrote about your time in the Coast Guard?
I have one that I released called Underway that I wrote about.
Nice.
I wrote it for my son, and kind of wrote it about being away from him and just hoping that it was worth it. And I recently wrote one because someone kept nagging me to write a patriotic song, and so I was like, all right, fine, I'll write a patriotic song, and I named it Patriotic Song.
Nice.
It's about the things that you come home with, and the things that probably need to change about the military, and stuff like that. It's definitely not like a I grab my gun and my boots and there's fireworks and I don't know, whatever Toby Keith bullshit, pandering, pandering bullshit. You know, I hate that shit because it's like it's like, oh, it's so, the military is so happy. It's such a, like, let's be patriotic and be happy and cook hot dogs and shoot fireworks. And it's like, man, like, it's not like that. And I mean, when you get out of the service, it's kind of like a feeling of, well, I'm not important anymore, because
Yes.
the VA doesn't give a shit. They're getting better, but I mean,
Slowly, very slowly. Yes, they are
Slowly.
getting better. Slowly.
yeah, it's like they don't. Someone recently said this, and it made perfect sense. They train you to be in the service. They don't train you how to be a civilian when
Yep.
you're
Correct.
out. Like they process you out, and you go through some classes and stuff about, or I did at least, that they're meant to like integrate you back in, but they don't teach you how to not be hypervigilant anymore. They don't teach you how to not be anxious anymore when there's nothing to be anxious about.
Right.
They don't de-escalate you back to civilian.
I don't know how your acceptance task was, but mine was a joke. The separation and transition class. Do you guys have that in the Coast Guard?
Yeah, it was a couple of different branches that were all together thrown in for the class.
Okay. Yeah, mine was a joke. Mine was a week, and all we did was like drink coffee and sleep. I mean, it was ridiculous.
It was, we drank coffee and learned how to write a resume.
Yeah, it sounds familiar.
What the hell? All right. Well, we'll let you go, but we want to invite you back one time, or anytime you want to come back, you just let us know. We would love to have you back. Maybe next time you can have your guitar with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or if you ever want to play the Opry again, feel free to have us backstage so we can eat your peanuts and cashews.
Let us know about that.
I'll have some peanuts and cashews just for y'all.
Yeah.
Or the Ryman, Opry, whatever. Yeah. Either one of those will do.
You can just bring your guitar and stand on the corner, and we'll just hang out with you.
That's a good one too.
Okay. I've done that before.
Heck yeah.
Thanks, Amelia. Thanks a lot.
Yes.
Thank y'all so much.
Take care of yourself. Tell your kids we said hello.
I will.
All right, guys.
Thanks, y'all.
Yes.
God bless.